Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in here. We are showing off some of the things coming in our upcoming Legends of CK3 update, which will be hitting in May. This build is not live yet, so don't get too excited. But today we're going to go over Petty King Murchad and emphasize the different ways you can engage with the game through diplomacy. Joined here today with our community ambassador, Joshua, also known as Old Man Mordaith. Say hello, yes. Perfect. So, let's dive into this. Now, if you've played CK3 before, then you probably already know who Petty King Murchad is. He's the tutorial character, King of Tutorial Island, if you play it correctly. But in Legends of CK3, we've changed him to be a more diplomacy lifestyle-focused character in order to better emphasize the gameplay differences between different ones. So let's go ahead and get loaded in. Our goal for today's stream will be to unite Ireland without declaring war, if possible. So right off the bat, we're going to find a spouse. So that's always important. Your spouse will add 3 spouses. That's right. Your spouse is an important choice here because their stats will be added to your own. Since this is a diplomacy run, let's focus on diplomacy. If we marry a lowborn, we'll take a legitimacy hit as well as a prestige hit, so we want to try and avoid that if possible. Here we go. Alexia de Belfort. I believe that's an Easter egg character, actually. But we'll go ahead and send that proposal off. And to begin with, we will, of course, pick a diplomacy lifestyle. Let's go with a majesty focus. We want to work through the August tree here. As we unlock perks, we'll get more abilities and such. But the one we're after is True Ruler, which increases the offer vassalization acceptance. That will be key to uniting Ireland without declaring war on people. Okay. We have a grand tournament available, but we're not going to plan that. Or a grand wedding. We're going to turn those notifications off for the time being. And then we're going to look at our situation log. Look, right off the bat, we can vassalize someone. So let's go ahead. Perfect. Oh, he won't accept it at the standard one, so we need to go with low feudal obligations. He'll pay lower taxes and give us less levies, but he'll also agree to this. We can crank up his obligations down the line. Oh, look at this. We can also negotiate an alliance. This will help discourage people from attacking us. So let's go ahead and unpause, wait for that marriage proposal to come back. We've got our alliance. We've got our marriage. And we've got our vassal. We're off to a pretty good start here. Our player heir is not married. If we want to keep our line going, it's pretty important to address that as quickly as we can. Oh, they're Welsh. But, you know, nobody's perfect. We'll go ahead and send that proposal anyway.
Not a bad idea to ally with the Welsh. They're pretty handy.
Yes, that is true. I see a couple questions on YouTube about Roads to Power. That's not scheduled until sometime in Q3 of this year. We don't have a release date for it yet. Follow us on our social channels. We'll post an announcement as soon as there's more information to be had there. All right, let's see. Our powerful vassal expects a council position. All right, let's see what he's got. Pretty good stewardship, so let's go ahead and assign him there.
Get out of here, other Murchad.
I know.
I don't care if you're related to us or not.
There can be only one.
There was only a 7 over there. That wasn't pretty great.
Yeah, that's abysmal. We want our counselors to have as high a skill as possible for various reasons, but mostly on the stewardship, that just means we get more taxes. And more money's always good, right?
Now, considering that we're focusing on diplomacy, did we want to change our spouse focus?
Oh, that is a very good point. Our spouse focus... by default, they'll give a flat stat increase based on their own stats. But if we shift her to court politics, that +3 becomes a +9 to diplomacy. Which
is very nice.
Yes. So if we want to do this peacefully and not, you know, just steamroll everybody, then that diplomacy will come in very handy. So let's go ahead and take a look at Earl Domnall and see what he will accept vassalage. Not yet. we can increase our military strength some more to improve his acceptance rate there, which we've got the money for that, and we should probably do that anyway. So we'll bring in a couple extra pikeman regiments. And another thing that he was unhappy about was our powerful vassal's opinion of us. This guy, what is his problem? Cultural acceptance. He's Norwegian. Oh. Okay, so we'll focus on swaying him. We'll start a sway scheme. This will fire roughly every 12 months and will give us a 95% chance of increasing his opinion towards us.
Now, some other things that Murchad has going for him at the start is, I do believe he starts with the access to the befriend scheme, which is pretty good, but probably not good against this guy. But
No, I
one
mean-
sneaky thing that we can do is host a feast, make a neighboring ruler a guest of honor, and make a make the purpose of the feast to befriend that ruler. And we might be able to score as long as we're willing to pay the cash. Looks like we're down a little bit of money.
So some men-at-arms. The feast is an excellent idea. We should have done that. See, right off the bat, we're messing up here, but that's okay.
Different roads to power. Oh, wait, that's later.
Not roads to power yet. We still got to wait a little while for that. So let's take a look at the Earl of Leicester here. What does he want? Oh, he's Catholic. So that's a problem. What about this fella? Insular, Irish. Okay, so once our regiments build up some, we'll probably be able to tip the scales there.
Now, you could play a board game with some of these guys and have it be a friendly board game. That should increase your friendship with them, if I do recall.
That is very true. So let's go ahead and challenge him to a board game. The friendly game. So we want to intentionally torpedo this so that he wins, because he'll get more opinion gain from us that way. Okay, so most of these will be skill challenges between the two characters. We want to lose this game, so we do not want to do a diplomacy challenge, because our diplomacy is pretty far up there. So we'll likely win if we do that. So let's take a learning challenge, because our learning is quite bad here. We'll just keep hitting that. At some point, this will be over. We lost. Fantastic. Tell him the better man won.
There you go.
And now he loves us. That's fantastic. And he'll accept low feudal obligations.
Beautiful.
All we had to do was throw a single board game, and now we've got an extra county. And he's accepted vassalization. Off we go. Turn off the Grand Tour. We're not focusing on tours right now. Those are important, but we have other priorities at the moment. This realm is distant from ours. Okay, so the game hasn't updated the distance factor yet. And right off the bat, religious exemption. So we can't revoke titles from him based off of his religion if we go with that vassalage type. But that's okay, because priority one right now is expanding as much as possible so we can get that sweet, sweet Kingdom of Ireland title. Because after that, everybody else will fall in line. What does this guy need in order to become a vassal? Just more general opinion. I can work with that. And of course, we need our powerful vassals to like us a bit more. Which, this guy, he still hates me. What a pain. Okay, Murchad. We are going to put him on our council, even though his stats are not fantastic. Who can we replace? We'll replace our Chancellor with Earl Murchad. We are taking a hit on our council's diplomacy skill here, but this does bring our powerful vassal's opinion of us up so that we can have a greater vassalage acceptance from people outside of the realm. So if we go and look at this now, the powerful vassal's opinion acceptance has gone up a few points, bringing us a little bit closer to vassalizing him. But another important thing to keep in mind is that as we go through the lifestyle perks and level that up, we will eventually get True Ruler, which gives us a flat 20 to vassalization offers. Alternatively,
now, if I could just
go ahead.
do an aside here. In this screen here, the diplomacy lifestyle, there's an option that a lot of people don't know. When we start out, we have all these perks selected, but right up above the family hierarchy, you'll see reset perks. Now, I don't think we should do that today because it really plummets our stress, but it allows us to reassign all our perks. So if we really wanted to get that true ruler right off the bat, we could reset, take the stress hit, maybe have a party or something, and go down to true ruler almost immediately.
That is a very good point. Most characters will have their lifestyle perks already assigned at the start of the game, but you can always reset them if you don't like how they're laid out. We could reset them here, but this stream is an hour long, and if we do that, then we're gonna bulldoze Ireland in no time.
We don't want to do that.
No, we got to go through the paces here. We're too good at this game. We gotta dial it back. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. What does he need? He is right on the precipice of accepting vassalage. So we'll do this the easy way and send him a gift. It's a lot of money, but it works. So now he'll take low feudal obligations from us. A question from YouTube. Will more rulers be getting the Legends of CKIII treatment in the future, or will it only be the first 5? For now, we're only focusing on the characters in the Rags to Riches bookmark of 1066. In the future, who knows? We'll see how this works out. Okay. But we continue to expand violently. Okay, we need to marry off some family members here for... oh, hey. We can vassalize them. Perfect. This is great.
This has gone really smoothly.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be this smooth. What else we got? Can we make... We
might have to have a larger version of Ireland in our minds.
Okay, so objective 1, unite Ireland. After that, we'll see if we can form Britannia. That'll be a lot harder. Will CK3 ever start in 476? That is very, very unlikely. Never say never, but that's as close to never as we're going to be able to get here. The mechanics in CK3, specifically the type of feudalism that's represented here, they don't really work well as you go further back in time, and that timeline is better represented by entirely different games. However, there are several community mods out there that do phenomenal work with earlier start dates. For 476 specifically, you'll want to look at a mod called The Fallen Eagle, which is all about the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Fantastic stuff, very high quality, definitely recommend it. Will there be more DLC coming to Console Edition? Console Edition is still under development. We have more updates coming. Again, follow us on social media. We'll post an announcement there as soon as we have something public we can share. Okay, we've been invited to a hunt. Yeah, let's go to a hunt. Why not? Hunts are always fun.
And it increases legitimacy, which also will help vassalization efforts.
So that's a very good point. I didn't even consider that. We do have some high danger along the way here, but we can offset that simply by hiring a mercenary guard. Oh no, that's still high danger.
Get a caravan master.
Caravan master, yes, that's a very good point. So we'll appoint them. There we go, perfect. So we're gonna go join this hunt here. Marshall is hosting a hunt in Ormond, and the time has come for us to depart. Let's go.
I hope it goes well.
If it doesn't, we'll just blame you. Yeah, that'll
now,
be fun.
did we want to change our intent?
I think it's a bit late to change our intent here. It says we can't change it during an active event. Okay. You know, if we're on a recreation intent here, we can go ahead and reset our perks, and then the hunt will go ahead and lower our stress levels.
If you want.
Let's, this is supposed to be a newbie stream, but let's power game a little. We'll reset. We'll go straight for True Ruler. We're going to unify Ireland, and then we'll see if we can get pieces of Britannia in there as well. So let's take the Befriend perk, because the Befriend scheme is very useful. That's a
super powerful,
very easy way to get high opinions from people without having to spend all your money on gifts. We also want Groom to Rule, because that'll give our children extra skill points as they're aging up.
I'd also grab Thoughtful, because that increases the benefits from gift giving.
Yes, because at some point we will end up with a lot of extra money, and when we do spend it on gifts, we want it to actually matter. Title creation cost, -20. This will be key for when we form the Kingdom of Ireland, so we'll go ahead and grab that now. Forced vassalization, Casus Belli is very good, but that does go against the goal here, which is to spread as much as we can without declaring war. Let's see. We'll go ahead and take defensive negotiations because that gives us plus 15 opinion from independent rulers.
Good call. Good call.
And we'll take embassies as well because alliance is giving us plus 1 to diplomacy is very useful. Oh, we still got a perk left. What are we going to spend it on? There we go. Confidants. Each friend adding -5 stress gain.
Useful, considering.
Yes, we're gonna pick up a bit of stress here, but hopefully we'll be able to get through that there. All right, we are ready to go hunting with a success rate of 10%.
Oh, look at that! You can change your intent now. Huh?
Oh yeah. Well,
it's fine. It's fine.
We're already committed. It'll be okay. We'll manage. Actually, let's change that. Befriend. He's our marshal. We've already got him. We don't care what he thinks now.
That's true.
We got what we need from you. Go away. Okay, so we did take the stress break from going up that high. We do have a few options here. One gives us the irritable trait, which is not fantastic if you're going for a diplomacy build. And the other one gives us flagellant, which I don't want this character to die in his 50s, so we're not going to take that option. We are going to take the additional stress hit for now and hope that we can lower it back below the stress break threshold before the next stress break fires.
We should be fine.
We should be. And if not,
already losing some stress.
Excellent. Oh, and we got 50 gold. That brings us a little bit closer to forming the Kingdom of Ireland because we are going to need that money. Okay. One of the hunt participants has decided they care more about plants than hunting. Get back on your horse. We don't have time for this. We're in the middle of a hunt.
Get on your horse now.
Exactly. 10%. Yeah, I've made difficulty checks harder than that in D&D, so we'll be good. Let's go.
Not even real hunting. It's falcon hunting.
How do you mess up a falcon hunt? You don't even do anything except throw the bird in the general direction of what you want to kill.
We might need a new marshal.
Yeah, we're going to blame our marshal for this because that was terrible. He should have managed that. Actually, matter of fact, let's go ahead and pin our marshal because I hold grudges. We're going to pin him and make sure that something terrible happens to him at some point.
Oh dear.
We did get the hunter trait out of this, didn't we?
And 20 points of legitimacy and loss of stress. So
yes. So we still benefited from this, but we could have benefited more. Okay, chat asks, are we going to fix the historical bug of Murchad ruling Munster instead of the actual historical Turtlebog? At this point, we're leaning into the halt history aspect of it. Murchad in reality was a relatively obscure person who did nothing of note, but in our campaign, he can be someone important. Okay, and a question from
Look
YouTube.
at that glorious beard.
I know, right? Let's hop into the barbershop here so we can truly admire that for a moment. It's a fine beard. Very fine.
I think old Murchad needs to get some secondary spouses.
That is a very good idea. So we'll add in some secondary spouses. Because that never hurts. Ooh, look at the stats on that one. Okay, we won't take a prestige hit here because that's a secondary spouse, so it doesn't actually matter. And we're unlikely to get children from that marriage due to the age, which is a bonus if you're wanting your realm to not split apart horribly on your death. So we are going for older women where we can. It's a personal preference. And that one I'm not even looking at. Let's just get it filled and move on.
We'll take you, and I don't know. Just send somebody.
Exactly. Okay, so let's see if the Earl of Ossory is willing to... He is! He won't take high feudal obligations, but he will take the normal ones. So...
Glorious.
The official term is Granny Maxing. Oh, the travel events. Someone is picking a fight with me. We don't care about fighting fair, so we're just going to stop him and move along. Someone's got pneumonia and wants to stop and rest. He can cope.
Chat.
We have places to be. And the Earldom of Ossory is now under our jurisdiction. Let's see if we can... Look at this. Beautiful.
What are those two little notifications we got there?
Oh no, there's a plague in our realm. Okay, we can either isolate our capital, which does have downsides. That increases plague resistance, which, if there's a plague around, you really want. Or we can enter seclusion outright, which has several downsides involved. For now, let's see where this plague is and if we need to be concerned about it. The Linsterian Flux. It's a minor plague. It's bloody flux, so that's not pleasant. You really don't want that.
Hasn't even killed anyone yet. Not much of a plague.
I mean, come back when you got an actual body count. For now, we're gonna ignore those, but we will keep them here, so we can change our mind if we need to later. Look at this. We have even more people who can be vassalized. Go ahead and join the club, buddy. We got Leinster. We got Breffni. Oh, at this point, we should have enough. Oh, not yet. We're going to take Ulster, and then hopefully that will give us enough to form Ireland when the time comes. Unfortunately, one of the requirements for forming a kingdom is that you hold 2 duchy titles. So even though we have enough land to form Ireland, it won't show up until we take one of these duchy creation choices. So we have to wait until we have 162 gold. So for now... let's see what we can do to increase this guy's opinion of us, because once we have that kingdom title, we'll want to bring him into the fold as quickly as possible. But for now, we're money maxing. So we're looking for quick ways to make money without really deviating from our diplomacy focus here.
A taxation tour would be great.
That is a very good point. We'll take a look at that. So we'll bring up
sometimes
activities.
When I'm playing and I don't have enough money for a full taxation tour, I'll do a small tour and try to milk a couple of vassals for cash. But 86 gold, I don't know.
Let's we'll head down to Desmond. We should be able to do that. 188. Okay, let's lower our activity options because these will severely lower the cost of this. But I don't think we're going to be able to do this.
Might have to wait.
Let's fire some people. Yeah, the lowest we can get it is 108, so we're going to have to wait a little while. Okay, we will be declaring war at some point during this, but for the...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you can't have my money. This is a plague event to try and stemmy the spread of the epidemic, but it does cost you 50 gold and may not actually work. So we're just going to let it spread.
What a waste of gold anyway.
Oh, it's killed 8 people. It's still only in 2 counties. We're fine. We're fine. This isn't a prelude to
that could happen.
Yeah, right? We'll be okay. We must spare no expense to rebuild. We can, and we will, in fact, spare all the expense we can. Okay, so with that, it looks like our local plague is now over here. It somehow spread to Wales, but yeah, it's just 8 people. We're not that worried about it. I mean...
8 important people.
Yeah, if they were important, we would have noticed.
Oh,
we have
interesting.
we have a game sighting in the Earldom of Ormond, so if we want to hold a hunt there, which we don't, we could get some extra prestige and such from it. But for now, that is a distraction from our true goal.
We don't have a court physician.
Yeah, court physicians cost money.
That's true.
And right now, we got to save up for the title. If a couple people die, so be it. The ultimate goal here is to get that kingdom title diplomatically. Diplomatically. No matter how many people die in the process, we will do this diplomatically. Okay, so since we are a duke as it is now, when we create another duchy, that will present a problem if we have another son. Because if we have 2 sons and 2 duchies without a kingdom, when we die, those duchies will be split and we'll have 2 separate realms to deal with. That's going to be a huge pain in the butt, so we're not gonna press that too much. Hopefully, our wives don't produce any kids. Oh, she looks a little sick. What's going on with her? Okay, one of our secondary spouses. One of the main advantages to being a Christian in this game.
Oh yeah.
Pope Bucks. Let's go.
The United Bank of the Vatican.
The Roman Royal Bank. Let's go. We got the money. We're going to form one of these duchies here. Thinking Ulster. Go ahead and form that. We'll get prestige and legitimacy from that. And now the Kingdom of Ireland is a valid option. We need 325.
Excellent.
So we're still going to not rock the boat here. We're going to sit here in money mode for a while. If we can keep our piety cranked up, then we'll be able to request more money from the Pope at some point. But
so what do we have our diplomat doing?
Our diplomat should be focused on... Okay. Now, there are options here for increasing your vassal's opinion of you. The top one, winning unwavering loyalty. It's good. It does increase their opinion of you, but it gives you generous liege, which is not fantastic because it reduces their taxes to you. Now, it's only for 10 years and it's only 5%, but we are being excessively miserly right now because I want that title. So for now, we'll focus on more important men to impress. Our Chancellor is focusing on foreign affairs. If we put him on domestic affairs, that will increase the opinion of our vassals. Thank God it's a daughter. Okay, so we do have another child. It's a daughter. They're not in line for inheritance here. They will not be getting a duchy. So the plan right now is to get that 325 gold before we have a son so that we can create that kingdom. We're not employing a wet nurse. That's right. Wet nurses cost money. Yeah, this is supposed to be a diplomacy playthrough, and I've spent most of this just concerned about the amount of money we're making.
Diplomacy costs money.
Yep. Okay, so one of our powerful counselors wants a council position. Powerful vassals. Actually, he would make a really good chancellor. So let's go ahead and replace this guy with our chancellor here. And we have just pissed off one powerful vassal in exchange for slightly making a different one happy. But at the end, we do have a better chancellor, so it works out.
Now, if worse comes to worse and your vassals start getting irritated with all these duchies that we're going to be making, in theory, we could just hand off duchy titles to vassals we like and get them to take over the lower vassals. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a great way to manage vassals who were being problematic. But since we only hold a duchy right now, if we hand out another one, that will make them independent.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that until we get the kingdom title.
Okay, we have another diplomacy perk. Where are we spending it? Forced vassalage. I think that's a good choice because once we've united Ireland, we're going to keep spreading. And the best way to do that is to force people into vassalage. This game seems incredibly complex. How hard is it to learn and to gain a reasonable amount of mastery? Now, I think the tutorial for Crusader Kings 3 is one of the best ones in the entire Paradox catalog. It'll give you a good overview of how to play the game, but one of the issues that players report running into when they first start out is not knowing what to do after that. The Legends of CKIII program, update, initiative, whatever you want to call it, the entire point of that is to help give players a guided experience with a specific goal or outcome to aim for. So when playing as Murchad here, we're focusing on diplomacy gameplay specifically. So we're setting aside the warfare, stewardship, intrigue, all of that, and just emphasizing how you can approach the game diplomatically right now. There are 4 other characters, one for each of the different lifestyles. Our streams over the next 5 weeks here will have one focusing on each of these characters and the playstyle associated with them. So this week, it's diplomacy. Next week, I'll have to check the calendar, but it's going to be a different lifestyle. And hopefully at the end of these 5 weeks, anybody who watched will have a better understanding of how you can play this game and the different ways you can achieve your goals, no matter what they might be. Okay, so we got an invitation to a hunt. Lovely. We're going to go to this because we're still over the stress threshold there. We're not bringing mercenary guards because that's pointless and expensive.
It's so close. It's barely a wilderness event.
Yeah, I mean, if we get waylaid by bandits on the way on a trip this short, then we deserve it. All right, so we're going after a hunt with the recreation intent to lower our stress levels because we are over the stress break threshold. As long as we are at or above level 1 on stress, we will suffer stress breaks every so often, and these can have all kinds of unpleasant negative effects.
Gotta have it to this Earl here that's hosting this hunt that he's like sick as a dog. He's like, I'm coming out. We're doing it, boys.
Yeah, he's not going to let the flu stop him. Oh, no, he's just wearing rags for some reason. All right, more power to him. Okay, 12.5% success rate. We can do this. We're going to make it. Okay, we're going to try to sneak up on the stag with a bow. A vow of poverty, that could be it. And it got away. The hunt has failed with a 20% success rate. Our vassals are very disappointing. There's not a good hunter amongst any of them here.
Hey, our stress is
yes,
right
we are below the threshold. We don't have to worry about stress breaks anymore. So we got what we were after. Okay, it's another daughter. We're still on track here. Everything's fine.
As an aside, as someone who played a lot of Crusader Kings 2, I think stress and hooks are some of the best additions to the game that came with CK3.
I really like this rest system in CK3 because it actually encourages you to play to your character's strengths. I mean, CK2 still has a lot of positive aspects to it, but I feel it was way too easy to just ignore your character's traits and continue playing the way you wanted to.
Yep, absolutely.
Stress is a very fun mechanic. Fun in the Dwarf Fortress sense. Okay, we're going to take a look at our situation log here. We still got the deer sighting in Ormond, but I don't actually care about that, so we're going to dismiss it. Okay, we haven't
put our men-at-arms anywhere?
Oh, yes, we should be doing that. That is a very important thing to do because lots of the buildings that you can construct in your holdings will have bonuses that can be assigned to your men-at-arms, but only if your men-at-arms are actually stationed in that county. So if we station this regiment here, then they get some nice bonuses from the buildings there. So let's take our armored footmen. You know, I know we just stationed those guys there, but they're getting bumped. So we're going to replace them because armored footmen are just better. I mean, we're going to take the pikemen and we'll put them here. Now, if you're talking about traits that are difficult to play around, shy and paranoid. That is like the worst possible combo. Okay, we have the two notifications pop up. Ever since Legends of the Dead, that typically means one thing. We have another plague. It's a typhus outbreak, minor. And it's in the same area as the last one. I think we're going to do what we've been doing this whole time here and just ignore it and hope for the best.
Oh, interesting.
And that happens to be somebody we are hoping to build up good relations with. So let's start exchanging letters with them. That's a free opinion boost, which will be helpful when we get around to forming the we're faced with choices here. Rumors at court. This is probably something he'll appreciate due to his intrigue focus. So we'll see if that works there. Yes, we have pen pals now. It's wonderful. We'll continue this because any of the other options, they work well, but we want the opinion bonus. That's important.
Wholesome Irish male buddies.
Oh, yes. Let's see. We have a powerful vassal who expects a council position. Well, that is tough shit for him. Goodbye. Okay, we can negotiate an alliance with our cousin here, who is one of our vassals, if I'm not mistaken. He won't come to join us in any wars, but if he's allied with us, that means he'll stay out of factions and the like. So there's no reason to not take an alliance with one of your vassals. So we'll go ahead and offer that alliance. Uh-oh. King of the Suthrayar wants us to ambush one of his vassals. Let's see. See if I can find a reason to not like this guy. Because this is a good roleplay opportunity here. Does this guy suck? Lazy, gregarious, and greedy. A man after my own heart. We'll leave him be. We're not going to get involved in this. We'll take the opinion hit from the Suthrayar because that's not something we're worried about right now. Okay, we've got the ally. Let's take a look at that plague, see how it's doing here. It's spreading. All right, that's spreading concerningly fast. Only one fatality though. So come back when you got a body count worth mentioning.
Like, we'll talk when you're in the double digits.
Yeah, like I'm not getting out of bed for anything less than 30 dead bodies, so. Still waiting for the money to build up. So how can we utilize our diplomatic relations to get some extra cash here?
We might be able to afford that taxation tour.
The taxation tour is a fantastic
but
idea.
Would it make us enough money? Right? That's the question.
If we don't break even, then there's no point. But let's see how many we can squeeze into a taxation tour here. We'll select
I
the
absolutely
taxation
love
tour.
taxation tours. They're the backbone of my economy.
Oh, there's one problem here, is that with the plague spreading around, we do have to go to some of our further vassals.
Or
Is there a plague in Tralee? I don't remember. We were just looking at it, but I don't remember if it had plague there. We'll add it in, and that, and this. Do we want to increase opinion? No, we want better control. Higher county control means more taxes gathered from that land. And for vassals, that doesn't benefit us directly, but it does mean they have more money that we can tax from them. So even if we don't hold that county directly, it having a high control level is important. For the other ones, let's see, 194. We can make that lower. Let's lower that a bit. 134 to visit 3 vassals and tax them into space. I apologize for the pronunciations of the areas here. As soon as I saw the names, I knew we were going to have a problem. But unfortunately, the character we were playing as was decided a while ago. We're committed. Just roll with it.
you should see me trying to play in India. Doesn't go well.
How much can you tax people before people hate you? The thing is, if you tax them enough, it won't matter if they hate you because they can't afford to do anything about it. But generally speaking, increasing the taxes will lower the opinion of the characters you are taxing. So
That's a nice stress declutter there.
that is a nice drop there because we're gregarious. The stress system, I love it. It makes playing to your character strength so much better. All right, so we've arrived in Desmond. We're gonna go through the pleasantries, the ceremony and stuff, and then we're gonna shake him down for money because that's why we're here. Look at that. We already made 20 bucks. We're making more money. This is going great. Let's see. Hunting going on here. 72%. I like that. We're gonna take a swing at that because the extra renown there will be very useful. And we got it. Risk rewarded.
Nice.
Oh, and we flexed on our vassal. So we basically just mobbed him.
And we've got our first dynasty perk.
Oh, we do have a dynasty perk. Since we're focusing on diplomacy, let's see what we can do to help with that. We do have a lot of options here. We could take heroic bloodline because legends are very helpful just across the board there. I think we'll take rightful rulers because the control growth bonus is very handy.
I love the new legitimacy line.
Oh yeah, and legitimacy is fantastic. Okay, so let's continue our tour here. Okay, the horse he gave me is terrible. We'll kill it and demand another. Oh no!
Spent money on that.
I spent money on that. See, this is what happens when you click through too quick. All right, time for tribute. Give me the money. Give me the money.
Oh no, some kid robbed you.
Oh man, I'm sorry, kid, but we need the money. Ooh, we could just take the gold loss here and get the piety boost instead, and then turn that into Pope bucks. Like yes, we'll be paying 50 up front, but we'll get more than that from the Pope down the line.
I think that's a good call.
So yeah, we'll take the piety because that can be turned into money. Oh
Hey,
no,
boy.
we had a son. Damn it. All right, so if we die at this point before we form the Kingdom of Ireland, then we have completely set ourselves back. Because one duchy will go to our first son, and the second duchy will go to this little turd, which will cause just all kinds of problems for us. So at this point,
we can educate the new players on how intrigue works.
That's for another week. That's for another week. I can't go there yet. Damn it, we had a son. Ah, all right.
You could disinherit him.
We could, but we take a legitimacy hit for that.
It's true.
And I think we just spent all of our renown on that perk, so... All right, well, we're at the next stop on our tour here. Hopefully we can get the money we need. Such hatred for the offspring. I don't hate the offspring. I hate what he represents.
Ah, here we go.
Okay. All right, he owes a lot of back taxes. Well, sorry, guy, the IRS is here. Pay up.
Son of a gun.
You know, I actually don't care if this guy goes where he wants to, but we do get more avariciousness on our tour here if we take the top option. So we're going to do that. Just because I like seeing this bar go up. Oh, a prowess challenge. Okay.
We're also sitting at 209 gold right now.
We are. Which is a good amount of gold, but we always need more. All right, we're pretty much neck and neck here, so I don't... Oh, that's easy enough. It's a diplomacy challenge as well, and our diplomacy score is way up there. The Irish Revenue Service, exactly. The IRS is here. I won the drinking contest, and I got a hook on them, which is great. So let's go ahead and make our demands. Okay.
So he's refused.
He refused.
We have a hook on him, which
We
also
do.
gives us a right to imprison him. So could we arrest him and then just ransom him off?
We can definitely try that. Let's go ahead and give that a shot while everything's going on here. We have a reason to imprison him. We don't have a hook on him.
Oh, I thought we got a hook on him.
I thought we did too. Okay, so demand conversion? No. We're gonna pin this guy. That's our marshal. This guy's been on my shit list for like the last 30 minutes. This is the guy who screwed up hunting with a falcon.
Man, he doesn't know how numbered his days are.
Oh, I'm gonna kill the shit out of this guy. Okay, so we'll go to our next stop.
Ooh.
Ooh, we're being called into a tyranny war here. But raising our troops will cost money. That's terrible.
Mhm.
What happens if we decline here? We lose a lot of fame, and that is a problem. And we'll probably lose this alliance as well, which I don't want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to phone it in. We're going to accept this. We still got our tour going, so this is going to get a little crowded here. We're going to move our rally point to the coast. Wow, that's a lot of bad guys. Let's go ahead and raise our troops here. Wow. Okay.
Break down the door.
Break it down because I can't abide this insult. Okay, Poutine Craze says we join in the war, but we don't actually send any soldiers. That's a good idea, but the AI will call you out for that. It can tell when you accepted the call to war and then just didn't do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a single regiment over there to assist in a siege for a couple days, and then they walk back home. Obligation met. Everybody's happy. We're going to break down the doors. How dare you turn me away? All right. Let's send our guys over here. That cost 13 gold. Okay. Okay. You know what? No. We're just going to hope that he sorts that war out before he notices that we didn't actually help him. Grand Tour has concluded. We got a good bit of money out of it. We did not get enough to form Ireland, but we got a good bit.
We're darn close.
Yeah. What can we do to shake out that last little bit of money needed to get our kingdom title?
How's our relationship with the Pope?
Our relationships with the Pope should be fine as far as I'm aware. Yeah, he likes me just fine.
So let's see. Ask for gold. What? Oh, it's a date thing.
Yeah, it's less than a year, though. That's not that long.
All right. Maybe we should start swaying him.
Yeah, I mean, having the extra opinion of him is not a bad idea. So we will sway him. Diplomacy seems overpowered. The secret is every lifestyle tree is overpowered if you play it the right way.
Absolutely.
Especially stewardship. Stewardship's ridiculous.
Stewardship is so great.
Oh, and yes, absolutely do not be afraid to pause the game. When you run it at speed 5, which is the natural inclination, it's hauling ass. It's going as fast as your computer will let it. Lots of stuff will happen in very quick succession, and you'll get overwhelmed if you're a new player. So don't be afraid to play at a lower speed, and don't be afraid to pause. It never hurts to pause and take a few moments to figure out what's going on and the general state of the world. How's this plague doing? 16. Okay, I said I wouldn't get a bed for less than a dozen bodies, but I'm now moving that up. Let's say triple digits. If it gets to 100, then we'll care.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got the land we need. We just need that little bit of gold. Just a little bit more. All right, how can we manage this? If we imprison this guy, then this problem. What? Tyrant. Oh, yeah, because I broke down the gates. All of our vassals have a bit of a problem with me right now because we broke the gates down. See, if we do successfully imprison him, we can ransom him for a good bit of money, and that will probably be enough to push us over the threshold we need to make the kingdom title. But the problem is that if we don't succeed on this, then he'll rise up in rebellion, possibly with other irate vassals, and civil wars are very expensive, so I don't know if we really want to risk that at this point. We've still got about 12 minutes left in this stream, so we'll hold off on that for now, and we'll see if we can manage this. Because we're this close to actually meeting our campaign goal from the start here.
Do something.
We're not doing anything. We're ignoring everyone's pleas. There's nothing we can do. Quit asking me for money. You cannot have it. And MechBots brings up a perfect point here. The only objective that this game actually keeps track of is keep your family alive. That's all you have to do. Everything else is 100% up to you. So most players, when they start a campaign, they'll have a specific goal in mind. Like we started this with the goal of unifying Ireland without declaring war. That's not being tracked by the game. That's not an actual win condition. That's just what we've decided to do. I didn't actually check to see if that was a boy or a girl. It's a son. Okay. That wasn't my son. Whose kid was that?
Was it your grandson by any chance?
It might have been a grandson. It was a grandson. Perfect. Perfect.
Whose kid is that? I don't know you.
Okay, all of these are options asking for money. We need our money right now, so we're telling them to go away. We're also going to increase the speed because we need this money quickly. We have another daughter. How does this keep happening? Okay, we have another diplomacy lifestyle perk. Let's see what we can do with this. Close family opinion plus 15. A lot of our family controls land in Ireland, so this will actually work out very well for us. So we'll go ahead and take that. And that gives us nice bonuses to a lot of the vassals here. We don't have any prisoners. Oh, I don't even think we can raid, can't we? Doesn't look like it. That is very unfortunate. It's also unfortunate that our ally is losing.
Ooh.
We lost a spy master, so time to pick a new one. This guy hates our guts. He's also not very good. So we're going to go with our nephew here because he's actually... Okay, yes, we took secondary wives, and lots of kids usually have it when you do this, but we picked older women to try and reduce the number of kids, and it doesn't seem to have worked. That's the problem here. If you join your allies' war, you can try to capture someone in the siege and ransom them. That is a very, very good point, but I think this war is already a foregone conclusion. They're sieging the last province they need to hit 100% war score. I don't think we'll be able to get there in time to sway this. That would have been helpful to read like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said it earlier, I just didn't see it. Yep, war's over. Goodbye, ally. Okay, we'll take the piety boost there. If we can just ride this out until June, we'll be fine. Another daughter. Get out of the way. We can make the kingdom. We did it. No, we can't.
Oh!
Why is it highlighted? Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Just a couple months. We got this.
There.
Kingdom of Ireland, we did it. That's it. Stream's over. Everybody go home.
We did great.
Stream's not over. Just hold on a little bit.
Enjoy your royal court.
Yeah, we did it. We're going to go into the royal court now. When you become a king or an emperor, you gain access to the royal court system here. If you own the royal court expansion, which we do, one of the main perks of the royal court is being able to actually use court artifacts. These artifacts have various bonuses. For example, the dynasty banner gives us prestige, renown, powerful vassal opinion. Yeah. Does kingdom succession law supersede duchy succession law? I actually don't know because, admittedly, in my games, I don't pay attention to succession. I just throw the dice, and wherever they land, that's what I deal with. This is probably the first time I've ever actually paid attention to who was going to inherit what in the game.
Look at that. Look at that.
We did it. We did it.
You could probably gotten high stuff from him.
Achievement
hey, congratulations.
unlocked.
You unlocked an achievement.
The Emerald Isle. We did it. Pack it up, everyone. We unified the entire island, and we didn't fire a single shot.
And you can ask for Pope bucks, too.
Yes, we get the Pope bucks, too. It's perfect. It's perfect. This is great. I love diplomacy. It's wonderful. Okay, so now we can transfer some people around so they end up under who they're supposed to. One of the counties under Connacht, I apologize for how I pronounced that. One of the counties under that duchy de jure wasn't actually under it, so the owner of that duchy was a little upset. So we transferred that over. He's happier with us, and we have one less vassal to deal with. Now hire a doctor. You know, we don't have to worry about money quite as much now, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to look for a good court physician here. We don't have any good court physicians. He's the best man for the job.
God.
Yeah. It's in God's hands. That's all we can hope for now.
Let the Archbishop take the wheel.
Okay, we have a new court situation. One of the things that will happen in the royal court is various events will spawn based on various things going on in your kingdom. In this case, it's our Archbishop. He's causing problems. He's apparently very poor-mannered.
You mean our new doctor?
Our new doctor, yeah. So I think it's in our best interest to not piss off the guy who decides if we live or die. So, we'll take the court grandeur hit because at this stage of the game we don't have very high grandeur expectations, so it doesn't really matter.
Now, Bagraman wants to know, says, new player here, is the in-game tutorial good enough?
It depends.
I would say yes.
It depends. For a lot of people, yes, it is good enough to help them get started, but for some players, it covers the basics but doesn't really offer guidance on where to go from there. If you do finish the tutorial and don't know what to do from there, there are plenty of new player resources, such as our community Discord. There's lots of YouTube tutorials out there. I seem to recall that you created a series of tutorial videos at one point, didn't you, Josh?
Yeah, like a while ago. I think a lot of them might be out of date or need a little revamp. But we also, on the Crusader Kings YouTube channel, have been putting out some helpful tips and tricks there.
Yes, we have been producing shorts recently to cover specific mechanics and help explain them in more detail. But while the tutorial is one of the best ones we've ever done at Paradox, if you do the tutorial and feel you're still directionless and don't know what to do, there are additional new player resources available. And one of those that we're working on now is Legends of CKIII, which is what you're looking at here, with each of the 5 bookmark characters helping to emphasize and explain different gameplay styles within Crusader Kings.
That's a gorgeous Ireland right there.
It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and we did it without stomping anyone's teeth in. It almost feels wrong, really. Like, this isn't how you're supposed to do it.
Marshall had it coming.
Oh, he's still on my shit. You know, we've got 4 minutes left. Will not succeed 0. How is he less likely to accept imprisonment now? Will this end up on YouTube? Yes, it's on YouTube right now, in fact. We're streaming on YouTube, and as soon as the stream concludes, it will exist as an actual video on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it if you want. Hypothetically, once you finish this and unite Ireland, what would you want to do? In my case, what I would want to do is clean up the internal borders, make sure that all the duchies within Ireland are created, and that the people holding titles within Ireland are under the right area they should be in. After that, I would swing into the Southriar and try to take pieces of Scotland, and then sweep down into England and Wales in the hopes of forming the Empire of Britannia. But that's not something you have to do. It's just what I would do myself.
I would definitely make an alliance with France and invade England.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. You're fired.
Oh.
You're fired.
Back to space with me.
It looks like our pandemic here went away. And yes, build all holdings, grant each title to the area you expect them to be, have your vassals assigned accordingly. Expansion it's messy, it's ugly, things get messed up. Once you've completed an expansion phase, that's a good time to look inward and actually concentrate on supporting your realm internally appropriately. Because if you expand blindly and don't take the time to focus on internal affairs, your realm will become unstable and fracture and fall apart. You'll be beset by all kinds of civil wars, peasant revolts, and the like.
Keep that legitimacy up.
Yes, keeping legitimacy up is very important, because there are lots of perks associated with having high legitimacy relative to your rank. An emperor with high legitimacy doesn't get as much from it as a count with high legitimacy, for example. But if your legitimacy is low, you'll face penalties from that as well. So keep legitimacy up as much as you can here. Okay, and to round this off, we are going to hold court, because this is what we've worked for. A series of events to help with the internal structuring of the realm, as we discussed earlier. Okay, someone is upset about our marshal being Norwegian. And you know what? I'm upset about him being Norwegian too. I'm just upset with him in general. I will take any excuse I can get. So our nobility must be Irish is what we're going with. This will hurt the cultural acceptance between Ireland and between the Irish and Norwegians. I don't care. Okay.
What a shock he refused.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, screw this guy. He's been a pain in the ass from start to finish. Okay. Our court physician has been digging up bodies. Okay, stop it. We don't want him to dig up bodies. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a holy reason or something he's doing it. Okay, someone expects that our marshal, the guy on our shit list, is doing something horrific. So we're going to take the extra imprisonment reason, and we're done. We get a little bit of court grandeur and a burst of legitimacy for holding court. You should do this every so often whenever it becomes available. Some of the events can be negative, but overall, you will get a positive boost from holding court. Let's see. I think at this point, we're just about out of time.
I think we did pretty good.
So, within 1 hour, through the diplomacy lifestyle, we managed to unite all of Ireland, create the title, make sure everybody's under our kingdom. I think we did pretty damn good. If you want to know more about the Legends of CK initiative or the update that's coming later in May, check out our social media. Twitter, Facebook, Discord, even the Paradox Plaza forums. There are links to the Legends of CK website in there where you can read more about the characters and what this initiative actually means. But I do think this is a good place to leave off for this week. Why isn't he in jail yet? That's what I've been demanding to know. I really want this guy to suffer. And unfortunately, we won't be continuing the save next week, so this bastard gets away with his crimes. Imagine Dan Real. So, check us out on social media, Legends of CK, new player initiative, help you learn more about the game, etc., etc. Check in this time next week. We'll be covering a different lifestyle for the same amount of time. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you later.